China's economy is experiencing a slowdown. This has been a topic of much discussion and concern among economists and policymakers around the world. This is a significant shift from the decades of rapid growth the country has enjoyed. For years, China has been the poster child of economic expansion with double-digit growth rates that transformed it into the world's second-largest economy. However, talk of an economic collapse is exaggerated. While the growth has slowed, it is important to note that a slowdown is not the same as a collapse. The fundamentals of the Chinese economy remain strong. China faces real challenges, but its economy remains large and dynamic. The country is still a major player in global trade and continues to innovate in various sectors, from technology to manufacturing. The current situation is best understood as a period of adjustment, with both risks and opportunities. This adjustment phase is crucial for China to transition to a more sustainable growth model. The slowdown is evident in recent economic data. Indicators such as GDP growth, industrial output, and retail sales have all shown signs of deceleration. Manufacturing, a key sector for China, has weakened. This sector has been the backbone of China's economic miracle, but it is now facing headwinds due to both domestic and international factors. Real estate, another economic engine, faces oversupply and debt concerns. The property market has been a significant driver of growth, but it is now grappling with issues of excess supply and financial instability. These are serious issues, but they do not signal a complete meltdown. The Chinese economy is resilient and has the capacity to adapt to new challenges. China has navigated economic challenges before. The country has a history of implementing effective reforms to stabilize and stimulate the economy during tough times. Its leaders are aware of the current problems and are taking steps to address them. Measures are being put in place to manage debt, stimulate domestic consumption, and encourage innovation, ensuring that the economy remains robust and competitive in the long run. Several factors are contributing to China's current economic slowdown. The once booming economy is now facing a series of challenges that are creating short-term headwinds. These factors are multifaceted and interconnected, making the situation complex and difficult to navigate. The real estate sector, a major driver of growth, is struggling. This sector has been a cornerstone of China's economic expansion for years, but now it faces significant hurdles. Years of rapid construction have led to an oversupply of housing in some areas. This oversupply has resulted in numerous empty apartment buildings and abandoned construction sites, which are now a common sight in many cities. This has put downward pressure on prices and created financial strains for developers. Many developers are now facing liquidity issues, struggling to meet their financial obligations, and this has a ripple effect on the broader economy. Consumer confidence is also weaker than in the past. The bustling shopping districts that once symbolized China's economic vitality are now seeing fewer shoppers. This is partly due to concerns about the economy and partly due to rising living costs. Families are becoming more cautious with their spending, carefully budgeting their finances and prioritizing essential purchases over discretionary spending. When consumers are less confident, they tend to spend less, which can slow economic growth. This reduction in consumer spending has a direct impact on retail sales and the overall economic activity. Additionally, local government debt is a concern. Local governments have been instrumental in driving infrastructure development, but this has come at a cost. Local governments have borrowed heavily in recent years to finance infrastructure and other projects. These projects, while essential for long-term growth, have led to significant debt accumulation. Managing this debt will be a challenge in the years ahead. The need for effective debt management strategies is critical to ensure that these financial obligations do not hinder future economic growth. The combination of these factors creates a complex economic landscape that requires careful navigation and strategic planning to overcome the short-term headwinds and pave the way for sustainable growth in the future. China's economy is transitioning. The factors that drove its rapid growth in recent decades are changing. Low-cost manufacturing, fueled by cheap labor and exports, is no longer the dominant force it once was. This is not necessarily a bad thing. China is moving away from a model that relies heavily on investment and exports. It is seeking to become a more balanced economy, driven by domestic consumption, innovation, and services. This transition will take time and will not be without its bumps. A key element of China's economic transition is a shift toward consumption-led growth. This shift marks a significant change from the past, where the focus was primarily on industrial output and infrastructure development. The bustling shopping malls and crowded retail stores are a testament to this evolving landscape. This means increasing the share of the economy that is driven by consumer spending. As more people buy goods and services, the economy becomes more resilient and diversified. The vibrant markets and busy shopping streets reflect the growing importance of consumer activity in driving economic progress. For many years, China's growth model relied on high levels of investment and exports. Massive factories and bustling ports were the engines of growth, propelling the nation to become a global economic powerhouse. However, this model also had its drawbacks, including over-reliance on external markets and environmental challenges. This led to rapid economic expansion, but it also resulted in an economy that was less balanced than it could be. The heavy focus on industrial production created disparities and inefficiencies, making it clear that a more balanced approach was necessary for long-term stability and prosperity. Increasing consumer spending is essential for China to achieve more sustainable and balanced growth. By encouraging families to spend more, the government aims to create a more robust domestic market. This shift not only supports local businesses but also reduces dependency on volatile global markets. This will require rising incomes, a stronger social safety net, and a greater emphasis on consumer goods and services. Higher wages will empower consumers to spend more, while improved healthcare and social services will provide the security needed to encourage spending. The focus on consumer electronics and services highlights the changing priorities in the Chinese economy, paving the way for a more balanced and sustainable future. Section 5. Climbing the value chain. China is moving away from low-cost manufacturing. It is seeking to become a leader in higher value-added industries. This means producing more sophisticated products and services that command higher prices in the global marketplace. This shift is already underway. China is investing heavily in research and development, education, and high-tech industries. It is making progress in areas such as aerospace, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence. This move up the value chain is essential for China to maintain its economic competitiveness and escape the so-called middle-income trap. Section 6. The Green Imperative. Environmental sustainability is a growing concern for China. The country's rapid economic growth has come at a cost to its environment. Air and water pollution are serious problems in many areas. China is taking steps to address these issues. It is investing heavily in renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power. It is also promoting energy efficiency and cleaner production methods. These efforts are not only good for the environment, but they also create opportunities for economic growth in new industries. Section 7. Digital transformation. China is rapidly becoming a global leader in digital technology. The country has a vibrant e-commerce sector, and its citizens are enthusiastic adopters of mobile payments and other digital services. This digital transformation is having a profound impact on the Chinese economy. It is creating new business models, boosting productivity, and changing the way consumers shop and interact. China's embrace of digital technology is likely to be a key driver of its future economic growth. Section 8. Global implications. China's economic slowdown has global implications. As the world's second-largest economy, China's performance has a significant impact on global growth, trade, and commodity prices. A slowdown in China is likely to be felt in countries that export raw materials to China or that rely on Chinese demand for their products. However, it's important to remember that China's economy is still growing, albeit at a slower pace. The country remains a major engine of global economic activity. Section 9. Navigating uncertainty. China's economic future is uncertain. The country faces significant challenges, both domestic and external. Domestically, it must manage its transition to a more sustainable and balanced growth model. Externally, it must navigate a complex geopolitical landscape and the potential for trade tensions. How China manages these challenges will determine its economic trajectory in the years ahead. Section 10. The Long View. Despite the challenges, it's important to maintain a long-term perspective on China's economy. The country has a proven track record of overcoming obstacles and achieving rapid economic growth. Its leaders are aware of the need for reform and are taking steps to address the country's economic imbalances. While the road ahead may be bumpy, China's long-term economic prospects remain positive. Section 11. Conclusion: a transformative phase. China is undergoing a period of profound economic transformation. The factors that drove its rapid growth in the past are changing, and the country is adapting to a new reality. This transition will not be easy, and there will be challenges along the way. However, China has the resources, the resilience, and the determination to navigate this period of change and emerge as a stronger and more sustainable economic power. The world will be watching closely as China's economic transformation unfolds.